Me, Bong, here to talk to you about a game that I discovered. Well, I didn't discover it. It was not like a fossil, but I stumbled upon the forums and website for it over Christmas, and I've silently been getting excited about it. I thought, you know what, the eggs need to hear about this so they can get on the hype train with me, and then we can all be disappointed in 6 months' time. Let's go! You may have seen some of our older videos where we played and enjoyed a game called Guns of Icarus. You may have also seen some other videos where we played and enjoyed a game called Rust. What if those games had a game, baby? That game, baby, would be Worlds Adrift. Having spent a fair while watching dev streams and diaries and reading FAQs, I feel confident enough to give you eggs the lowdown on what this game's about and what we should be expecting from it. The core game seems to focus around building an airship, exploring, going from floating island to floating island, fighting, looting and surviving. There's absolutely no sign of a hunger meter, a thirst meter, or any kind of food. Now, this is something that I'm quite happy about, and means that you can focus on the actual gameplay. Your ship does, however, require fuel, so if you want to go exploring and pirateering from island to island, you're going to need some fuel. Now, this fuel comes in the form of eggs! Eggs! These eggs are stuck to the underside of many of the floating islands, and they glow in the dark. Presumably, some magical sky frog goes around laying them. I don't know. There are also absolutely no skills, levels, or EXP. So no grinding, hitting a tree to level up your logging ability. Everything that you can do from day 1, you can do on day 50. This means that if you become really skillful with the grappling hook, you have an advantage over somebody else because you're better, more skillful at the game. The weapons work in much the same way. Obviously, the more you use the cannons on the ship, the crossbows, and the other weaponry, then the better you're going to become with it, and you're going to kind of come out on top in engagements with other players. There are also rare items. There's like kind of a glider, almost like a wingsuit. Sail! A wingsuit that you can equip, and I think that this is a rare item found in kind of lost temples and things, ruins of the old times. There are also no rules in regards to ship access. If you board someone's ship, you can kill the crew and you can start ripping bits off it. When building your own ship, there are similarly no rules. You can affix anything anywhere. There are, however, the rules of physics, physics-based weight limits in regards to buoyancy, fuel consumption, and presumably speed and things like that. So when building your ship, you might want to build it in the shape of a penis, but that might not fly very well. Who knows? Maybe that's the most streamlined form of ship to build. We'll have to see. I found a post on the forum that confirmed that there will be VoIP, so that'll be useful for kind of negotiations and making threats. And if anybody says something really mean, then you can kill them and throw them into the abyss. Boop! Sky whales and other animalia are confirmed as well. Here's a lovely beetle going for a jog. So as well as crafting, building, exploring and pillaging in PvP, there will be AI animals. Will we need airship-mounted harpoons to bring down the sky whales? What would such a vast bounty give as prize for such a task? I don't know yet, I've not played the game, but please, let me shoot the whales. Now I've been digging and I've found what could be the best feature that this game has to offer. And it's the fact that you'll be able to spawn on your friends. You heard me right. Now just take a moment, you heard me, alright? It's a massively expansive survival game, and you're not going to have to spend hours and hours of mindless running before you get to meet up and play with your friends. That is something that I find quite incredible. Another cool aspect of this game that caught my eye is it's all physics simulated. Like, everything is physics. It's physics. Every tree, every log, cannonball, piece of hull, steering wheel, every player, every weapon, it's all a physics object. So what about your ship? Well, your ship becomes your base, your home. You and your friends can add spawn pads to the ships, and if you fall off into the abyss or you die, you'll be able to respawn on your ship. What about when you log off? Well, your ship, your vessel, will log off with you, but think about DayZ, combat log, that system's in place. As long as nobody is around, the ship will disappear after X amount of minutes. However, if you've got a stowaway on board, or you parked it next to an island and there's another ship on the other side of the island you didn't see, then your ship will remain pillageable, and yeah, you might come back to quite a broken home. What about the game space that we'll be playing in? According to a forum post, it's said to be thousands of kilometers wide. Presumably that means front to back, north to south, east and west, and also several kilometers high. So think of a gigantic pizza that's really deep pan. That's the kind of universe that we're looking at. This is mainly, I suppose, going to be empty space with a smattering of procedurally generated islands. So in terms of, is there going to be enough room to run around, lots of place to explore, hide, fight? I think it's safe to say there will be. But bong, I hear you cry in dismay. All of these games, they claim to have huge environments, but they never do. Well, yes, I thought this as well. However, I've done some research, and Bossa Studios, who are making this game, are teaming up with Improbable, who are a company that have made this platform called Spatial OS. And this will be powering Worlds Adrift, and it's kind of like it's a distributed infrastructure that allows for complex simulation. So essentially, it's a brand new platform for simulating physics and AI simulations on a massive scale. Time will tell if it does the job, but it has been designed specifically so that it can deal with like tons and tons of really complex calculations all at once and also save them persistently. So I think for now I have really kind of come to the end of what I want to say about the game. I haven't played it yet, so I can't really comment much more than what I've seen with my own eyes. But this game is being made by Bossa Studios. Now, you might remember Surgeon Simulator, I Am Bread. Well, they made both of those games, so they've certainly got a background in physics. This project seems a little bit ambitious for them, but I've got my fingers and toesies crossed. Because I, for one, look forward to ruling the skies with an iron fist at the head of a gigantic egg star death ship with lots of little egg ships that can fly out of it and go do my bidding. Before I finish, just a few short words of hindsight. I know that preemptively I've jumped on two huge hype trains in the past, H1Z1 and Ark. So long as Worlds Adrift, now, graphically it looks like a nice art style, but it looks quite simplistic. As long as they can deliver on maintaining 60 plus FPS on like reasonable scale computers, and their servers are okay with kind of all these physics simulations, and they can handle like a non-laggy gameplay experience in terms of the player interaction and the combat, this could be an incredibly fun game. Just so many possibilities for what we can do as a community and what you can do individually and in small groups as well. So let me know, what do you think? Am I mad? Bong, you've gone mad! Just tell me that in the comments if you think I've gone mad. But